Yeah, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, is that? Hey, that is what I like. Oh, I might just sit back here and relax, take a little nap, eat some pretzels. By the way, they're the Aldi brand, and I'm kind of a snob. I am a snob when it comes to a lot of things. But I'm a pretzel snob for sure, amongst other things. Hello, Jam. Hello, Toodles. Hello, Jeremy. Jeremy spoke in class today. Hello, Toodles. Hello, Yowick. Hello, Ella. Lachelle. Hempstein. MBS 725. Yuri Mupar. Brian Schertz, Brandon McCoy, Key Rose, Jace, Dana, I think I missed somebody there, Arthur Gallegos, Christian without an H, Scott, C. Marley, Anthony Luna, Betty Bear. Hello, Coco Girl, how are you? Thank you for joining, Coco Girl. Hello, Paula Jones. Oh, I'm not just going to be eating pretzels today. Sorry, I just spat out a chunk of pretzels. It's horrible to do on a live show. Not the first time it happened. Where are you at state? Coco Girl's asking where I am at. I am in Naperville, Illinois, which is a town of about 150,000 people, about 35 miles west of Chicago. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. It is beautiful today. We're having a kind of overcast day. We've got a chance of some thunderstorms coming in later. We are in early October. I think today is Wednesday. I believe it's October 4th. I'm not 100% sure. It is 4:33. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to my show. This is Reflections from the Day. Ron, I got to sneeze. Excuse me. I'm in Naperville, Illinois. Wow, that feels so good. It really does. Thank you, Coco Girl. Oh, sons, let's not be so political. Let's not be so political. I haven't even really started with my show, but this is Reflections from the Day, and it's a show that I've been doing. How long have I been doing it? Probably maybe 3 weeks. It's a spin-off of my morning show. I do a morning show every day at 8 o'clock on TikTok, where I go live and I talk for 30 to 40 minutes or so. And it's just kind of a kickstart to my day where I have my first sip of coffee with the viewer and share some stories about life and the ups and downs we have. Because we all have them. And the longer I do my show, and it started about 4.5 years ago when I was in a really dark place, a time when I was struggling in a lot of areas of life and just not feeling so good. And I started doing just kind of talking to my camera, and one day I pushed the live button and people started watching, and my audience continues to grow every day, and it's done some spin-offs. And again, this is a show I started about 3 weeks ago, and again, it's called Reflections from the Day, where I go live at about 4:30 every afternoon. And feels good, enjoying it. Get a nice audience here on TikTok. I'm having a lot of fun. I've almost been on TikTok 2 years now. My social media audience grows every day, be it on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, and I have a lot of fun. I was a realtor for 17 years. I got divorced in February, which is a long, long, long story. Hello, Ken. That we won't touch on today. Maybe another time. But started working at a Super Target at a very entry-level position. I was making $15.50 an hour, and I knew I needed money, so they scheduled me full-time, and I said, what the heck? I might as well take all the hours I can get. And I realized after a few months of that even at full-time, even if it was double full-time, at that wage, I wasn't able to, support myself and pay my bills and keep moving forward. But I got to a point about 3 weeks ago that I was in a position where I could walk away from my job at Super Target and go into full-time content creation. And I'm having a lot of fun, learning a little bit every day, doing some spin-offs, going live 2 or 3 times a day. And I post a lot of videos that sometimes are funny, sometimes are stupid, sometimes are inspirational or motivational. They're sharing the story of a 55-year-old guy that's had more than his share of ups and downs, and it's apparently an ability to tell a story that resonates with an audience. So thank you for joining. And Sherry Bowers, thank you so much for following the live creator. For those that have been watching a while, you know, and this would be an obvious little something for anybody out there, and there's probably a lot of you out there. There was, and I know that because I was one of you that probably drinks too much and probably drinks every day and hopes they don't have a problem and hopes they're not an alcoholic, and maybe they aren't, but they're having the bad habit of drinking every day. And that was me till 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years at the end of this month, October 28th. Thank you so much, Sherry Bowers. I appreciate you for joining. And on October 28th, I was a guy, up until October 28th, 2021, I was a guy that would smoke pot and drink beer every day. And, oh, well, thank you so much, Jen. But things weren't going well. And I looked at my life, and I was 53, I think, at the time. And I was angry with my wife, and I was mad at my family and angry with myself. And I knew I needed to make things better. I knew I only had, 30 years or so left on this planet, and wanted to make a difference and wanted to see what I could do with life. And I thought the most glaring issues I had in my life were my drinking alcohol and smoking pot every day. So I stopped doing that and made a lot of other changes. However, at 4:30 in the afternoon after a long, hard day, I still like the taste of beer, and I now am enjoying the cold, refreshing taste of a non-alcoholic beer, and it's kind of becoming my thing on this show. Tastes real good, has all the taste, and I'd say it's about 60%, maybe 65% of the good stuff of beer without any of the negative hangover, regret, DUI risk, anger, emotional volatility, bad sleeping, all the stuff that you know and I know come with drinking alcohol. So I'm going to take my first sip of my non-alcoholic beer on this Wednesday afternoon. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a beverage of choice. Cheers to us. Oh, I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. I've tried a bunch of different non-alcoholic beers. I was a Heineken-aholic when I used to drink every day. I pretty much only drank Heineken. But then the powers that be at Heineken had the audacity to shrink the Heineken Zero beers from 12 luscious ounces down to 11.2. And charge the same rate for the non-alcoholic beer, granted, that are smaller, that I forget what I was saying. I read a comment. This is so bad. I'm out. Well, see you later, Chalk and Talk. Do I miss drinking? I don't miss drinking really at all. I don't miss drinking at all. You know, there's times in life, I've had good times drinking. I've had times on the golf course, and I've had crazy moments at weddings and at parties, but I look back on them and I was pretty much probably was making a fool of myself more than I was living my best life. And I know for me, if I'm not a guy that does anything in moderation. If I had a beer, I'd probably have 8. And if I have one Oreo, I'll probably have the whole box. And if I make a pot of coffee, I'm probably going to drink the whole pot of coffee. And marijuana is legal in Illinois. If I go get some marijuana at the dispensary, I'm probably going to end up smoking it all. And for me, I had to determine what I wanted in my life and what I didn't want in my life. And I'll still have some Oreos from time to time, and I'll still eat pretzels like a fiend. And I'm really digging these oranges right now because they're delicious and good for you. But I don't miss drinking. I don't miss drinking. You know, obviously I have some good memories somewhere along the lines, but again, I have more periods that I don't remember what I did than good memories. Because usually for me, I didn't know when to say when, and I think a lot of us don't. And, you know, it wasn't just the excess drinking, it was the consistency of the drink, and it was the everyday, and falling asleep on the couch, and what have you, that the waking up at 2 in the morning with your heart racing, feeling a little hungover at that time, hoping you get back to sleep, but worrying you won't, and staring at the clock and feeling anxious because alcohol messes up your sleep cycles, and it's just a mess. And it feels good to not be doing it anymore. So let's have a little more beer. But anyway, what do I have for you? That's kind of a lot of back history, a lot of my backstory. But yeah, again, this is reflections of the day, and I've had a great day. I've had a day where I did a ton of video work. I talked about it earlier. Hello, RJ. I talked about it earlier. I'm transitioning to a full-time content creator. I was thinking about it today as I was working on my videos, and I'm fortunate to find something that I think God designed me to do, and that is talk and share stories and maybe inspire a little bit or entertain or educate a little bit, and that I have an ability to do something that God designed me to do and get paid for it. And it feels really good. I was sitting there at Starbucks just now. By the way, I went to 2 Starbucks today. I went this morning with my wife. We both got a little work done. I posted a few, I think, really good videos. And this afternoon I went for a couple hours as well and did a couple hours more work and felt really good. But I post these videos. I go live 2 or 3 times a day. And I rewatch them and post them into shorts and clips. And I hit a milestone on YouTube today. I passed 1,800 subscribers, and that page and that platform is growing really quickly for me, and it's exciting. And again, just watching everything grow feels so good. Hello, Josh Hogrand. How are you? And I had a great day. But anytime you're starting a new business out, and it doesn't matter whether it was real estate business or content creation, and I bet you even, you know, doctors and lawyers, when they're getting started in the business, if they're opening their own store or business, what have you, can struggle at times as they build up customers and get a little momentum going. And I found a position that sounded really interesting to me, or at least my wife actually found it, and it involves hosting a podcast. And I've had people suggest, as long as I've been doing this show, people say, hey, you should do a podcast. And there's a business out there in the western suburbs of Chicago that is looking for a podcast host, part-time kind of gig. But I think it would be valuable experience for me to learn about that area of communication that I have no experience with. I've always been hesitant. I've always wondered, why would I do a podcast? And I still wonder why I do a podcast. But if somebody's going to pay me a salary to host one of their shows, and again, I'll get paid to talk, I think it'd be a win-win. I think I'd be a great fit for them. It's in an industry, which is kind of hard to say, in an industry, that's hard to say, in an industry that I know a lot about, and I think I'd be really good. And the biggest podcasters wonder why they do a podcast. You single? Well, I appreciate it, Josh. You'd always said you'd tune in. You'd always said, thank you, Everlasting Bloom. For those that are new here, I so appreciate you joining. I so appreciate you following along. I hope you subscribe to me on TikTok. I hope you follow me on YouTube and follow me on Instagram. Hey, Seinfeld did pretty well about it. Seinfeld did really well with it. Let me just see who that was. Nobody. Seinfeld did really well with it. And again, I watch Seinfeld every night, and I think it's probably one of the best sitcoms ever. Hello, Sandy Shepard. And one of the most entertaining, and one that puts me in a good mood as I'm laying in bed getting ready to sleep. It's just a friendly, nice program. And if I can bring some of that nicety and that friendliness and that not pressure, and I had people asking me who I vote for and my thoughts on this, and trying to get everybody, the audience, all riled up. And that's not what I do. That's not what I'm trying to do. You know, I'm pretty outspoken. I'll talk about whatever the heck I want. And I post a lot of videos, and some ruffle some people's feathers, but it's not intentional. It's just me being me. It's just me being me. And if you guys want to watch me being me while I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beer, you're welcome to it. Josh just said he saw the where Kramer rented out his cabinets in his dresser or what have you, and rented it out to some businessmen, some Japanese businessmen. And I believe, and I wanted to find that one the other day and show it to my wife because I don't think she's seen it. I believe it's also the one where he has his hot tub going in his apartment, and there's so much heat and steam and water in the air that I believe the cabinet doors or the dresser doors seal shut somehow, and the guys can't get out. And really funny. How fast can I drink coffee? I don't know, RJ. I don't know. What's my favorite Seinfeld episode? I don't know. There are so many good ones. There's so many good ones. I'd say the most famous one is the soup one. You know, where they, yeah, the one about the soup. It's funny. Due to a recent problem I had on the social media platform, I can't even say the name of the Soup Seinfeld show I'm talking about. Yeah, I can't. Greg, thank you for watching me. It almost slipped out. It almost slipped out. Do I have a favorite topic, RJ? My favorite topic is one that I'm in a mood to talk about, that somebody asks about. I'd say my biggest topics when I do videos and share videos, I do a lot of, I used to be a realtor for 17. That's right, Greg. I used to be a realtor for 17 years, and I think I have an insight into that business, and I think there's a lot of interest in that business that a lot of people tune in for. As a guy that's given up drinking and smoking pot, I think a lot of people struggle with those issues as well and would like to give them up and are curious about how I went about doing it. As a guy that's been twice divorced, I've had more than my share of relationship issues and struggles and issues, you know, any issue you can have with relationships. I mean, that's not true, but I've had a lot of them. And I have an ability to share, and hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two from my experiences. Mental health, I think, is a hot topic, and I think a lot of people are really scared to talk about. I struggled with like anxiety and depression and dark thoughts a lot of my life. I had a really bad self-esteem, although I carried a big bravado and a big smile. My inner voice was mean to me, and I'd say a lot of mean things to myself. You're ugly, you're stupid, you're a failure. And it's another one. No. I have a bunch of good topics that seem to do well. Any tips for anxiety? Well, I got a lot of tips for anxiety, and I talk about them a lot. I woke up last night, and I'll just tell you what I did. I was kind of worried about some things, and worried about several different things. And I had my phone near me, and I had a pair of earbuds that I threw in, and I listened to positive affirmations. And there's one on YouTube that I think's awesome, and there's probably a bunch on YouTube. But in your mind, when you're anxious, you're going, oh crap, how's this appointment going to go? Am I going to get my kid to school on time tomorrow? Oh my gosh, I got a busy day tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I got a bill to pay. Oh my gosh, you know, my mother-in-law is coming to town this weekend, and you're thinking about the future, and you're getting panicked about future events that may or may not happen. Your mind gets racing, and it's hard to stop it once it gets going. For me, last night I popped in a audio or something on YouTube about positive affirmations, and just listening to this guy's voice and repeating what he says as he said it was hypnotic. And he'd say things like, "You're exactly where you're supposed to be right now," and he'd repeat it 3 times. And I was worried about a million different things last night, and my mind was racing, and I don't have everything all fixed, but I do have tools in my box that help me get through the hard times. And I wake up every day, I think, almost as joyous as anybody. I think I probably annoy my wife sometimes, because she's sometimes I might be a little bit much. Sometimes I might be a little bit much. But I am, and I don't know, she puts up with me. So anyway, I've talked for about 21 minutes. That's usually how long I go in the afternoon. And again, I appreciate you guys so much for joining me this afternoon and sharing a little bit of your Wednesday with me. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you got some pretzels in your life. Well, let me tell you, there are few better snacks out there. Shrink Wrap, thank you so much for sending me those gifts. I appreciate it, especially an ice cream cone. I'm fairly full, and RJ was asking what I want for dinner tonight. I have no plans for dinner. For lunch, I feasted on one of these Costco, I forget what they're called, when they're pre-made chickens. They're all rotisserie chicken, exactly. You get them at Costco for $4.99. And they must pump these chickens so full of steroids, because it almost looked like a turkey. And it was delicious. And I ate most of it. I went in to get it last night. It's funny, I pulled it out. I was super excited. I was going to do what all of us do, and I was going to go after the legs or the drumsticks first. And I'm looking at a bird who'd lost its legs already, and it was sitting there, and there were no legs. Somebody had beaten me to the rotisserie. And I ripped the legs right out of the socket. So I went for the thighs, which we all know are better anyway. Best deal in town at $4.99. They're amazing for those chicken. I'll tell you what, for those that are Costco fans, go get a rotisserie chicken. It's huge. I worked at Super Target and would often buy, if I was really feeling hungry or like spoiling myself, I'd buy one for lunch and just eat the whole dang thing. I could not eat the whole thing of this Costco chicken, I'll tell you. Rolled Gold does have the best pretzels, Truly Gold. That's my typical brand I like there. But I'll tell you what, we picked up a bag from Aldi of these Clancy's. No complaints whatsoever on these pretzels. And I'm a bit of a pretzel snob. But anyway, I'm excited about the rest of my day. I'm going to work out tomorrow. I got a big day tomorrow. I'm going to post a whole bunch of videos. I'm going to go live at 8 a.m. here on TikTok. I'm going to go live at 4:30 p.m. again on TikTok. I hope you join me tomorrow at 8 o'clock for our first cup of coffee. I'm going to do have a great workout tomorrow, late morning, and going to hop on live for Thoughts from the Gym as well. So if you're new here, please follow my page. I so appreciate you for watching. One more sip of non-alcoholic beer. Thank you, Josh. You as well. Kayla, I appreciate you, and I appreciate all you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.